Hello everyone, wishing you a wonderful day. Today, we're going to continue exploring the incredible journey of Huyen and Pero, filled with challenges, tears, and hope. Will they be able to find true happiness in their new life and reunite with Adam and Tubi? Stay tuned as we uncover more in this touching story. If you enjoy it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss our upcoming videos. The early morning sunlight gently filtered through the small window, casting light into the quiet room. Dee had woken up early. He stepped into the kitchen, listening to the sizzling sound from the rice pot, the bubbling broth, and the fragrant aroma of fried shallots mixed with ginger and spices filling the air. Their new home was still a work in progress, with many things yet to be completed. But the warmth of family was already spreading throughout. Dee carefully watched the flame on the stove, his hands skillfully scooping rice, the grains blooming in the pot, like a symbol of the hope he was nurturing for this home. A sleepy voice came from the next room. Huyen suddenly spoke, but Dee didn't miss a beat in responding. "You're up early, huh?" Diep stepped out with a gentle smile. "You're cooking porridge for Maya. She needs to eat before heading to school." A simple yet warm sentence, like the heartbeat of this new home. Huyen stood quietly, smiling, her eyes following Dee with affection. The house wasn't fully finished, but it was enough for them to feel at peace. Day carefully placed a bowl of hot porridge on the table, leaning down to gently kiss Maya's forehead as she woke up. "Maya, remember to study hard and listen to your teachers, okay? I'll build you a new study desk and decorate your room the way you like." Maya looked up at him with sparkling eyes, nodding softly, her gaze gleaming with pure happiness, like a promise of a bright future. Day looked around the house once more. Though still incomplete, this place was already a home filled with love. He believed that, together with Huyen and Maya, they could overcome any challenge. A place where love and hope would always be present. But what will this journey bring next? Will Maya find joy in her new school? Will the desk Day is building become a gift that nurtures her childhood dreams? These are all questions waiting to be answered. Outside in the garden, Dee picked up a saw and began cutting wooden planks. His hands, calloused and marked with scratches from hard work, moved steadily. Sweat dripped from his forehead, but he didn't falter. With each hammer strike, each saw cut, he wasn't just building furniture, but pouring all his faith into a brighter future. The sound of the hammer echoed, breaking the morning's silence. The little dog Bibi ran around, occasionally barking as if sharing in the simple joy. A cool breeze brushed through, lightly touching Dee's hair, carrying the breath of the earth and sky, a reminder that happiness still existed in these peaceful moments. Suddenly the phone rang. Dee wiped his hands and answered. A cold, direct voice came from the other end. "This is the police. I'm calling to inform you that your motorbike has been found." Just one short sentence, but it shook his heart. A rush of emotions flooded in. Worry, excitement, and overwhelming joy. He stood still for a few seconds, then burst into laughter. The excitement was uncontainable. Day jumped up, his heart racing. A joy he couldn't describe echoed within him. Now, they would have a means of transportation, and Huyen and Maya wouldn't have to struggle as before. Bibi barked loudly, as if joining in his master's happiness. Day looked down at the ring he kept in his pocket, the unfinished proposal. perhaps this moment was the perfect time. For Day, retrieving the motorbike wasn't just about transportation. It was a symbol of connection, of the love he had for this family. He knew happiness was just beginning, but challenges still lay ahead. Was he ready to open his heart and formally propose? When Huyen returned home, the aroma of freshly cooked food filled the air. She paused, sensing something different in the atmosphere today. Dee stood in a corner of the room, his eyes carrying a profound depth. Curiosity drew Huyen closer. Her heart beat faster, as if sensing something significant was about to happen. Day gently took her hand, his warm grip conveying an invisible joy. He looked into her eyes and smiled. "I have a surprise for you. We've found the motorbike." Huyen froze, her eyes widening in shock. "Are you serious?" she asked, her voice trembling with happiness. Day nodded, his smile growing brighter. "Yes, it's the one I lost long ago. The police need you to verify it. It might take a few days." His words were gentle but carried great hope. A burden in their lives had been lifted. Huyen looked at him, her eyes shining like bright stars. "Congratulations," she whispered, placing a hand lightly on his shoulder, as if offering a blessing. "I'll go to the market and buy some things to celebrate, not just for the new house, but for today's joy. Our lives have taken another step forward." He gazed at Huyen, his heart filled with emotion. They didn't need lavish parties or extravagance. These simple moments were enough, where love and connection were the most precious things. Huyen turned to head to the market, her heart brimming with joy. It wasn't just the excitement of preparing a family meal, but also the feeling of getting ready for a small celebration of the simple achievements they had built together. This happiness was like a flame, making her forget the wounds and hardships of the past. Yet, somewhere deep inside, a trace of unease lingered. Would the future be as easy as they hoped? How many more challenges and surprises awaited them? Still, one thing was certain: they had each other. The love of family was the only place where they could find peace, no matter how many storms raged outside. Walking side by side with Day on the narrow dirt path leading to the market, Huyen felt the world come alive around her. The chirping of birds overhead, the gentle breeze carrying the scent of flowers and grass, all blended together, making the morning feel truly serene. She gently squeezed Dee's hand, her eyes sparkling. "You know, I've never felt as happy as I do today. Maybe it's because we're truly living in this moment, and it makes everything feel worthwhile." Dee smiled, his eyes radiating warmth. "As long as we're together, every hardship will pass. I believe that. And Maya too. She'll grow up and become a great student. We have to set an example for her, so she understands the value of effort and love in a family." They stepped into the bustling market. The calls of vendors and the chatter of people filled the air, creating a lively, vibrant scene. Huyen moved through the stalls, carefully selecting the freshest ingredients. She picked out fresh fish, some newly butchered pork, and bundles of dewy green vegetables still glistening with morning mist. Dee stopped by the egg stall, grabbing a few fresh chicken eggs. They were so absorbed in choosing their items that they seemed to tune out the noise around them. Amid the crowded market, they saw only each other and the simple moments filled with love. "I'll cook braised fish in the Koto style, your favorite," Huyen said, with a bright smile, her eyes shining. "And an egg fried with onions and a bit of salad. Tonight's meal will be a little feast to celebrate our new joy." Day nodded gently, his heart swelling with pride. "I know every dish you cook is a piece of your heart for this family. You always turn the simplest things into something special." On the way home, they chatted animatedly about the future. Huyen held his hand tightly, her voice full of hope. "Day, I just want Maya to avoid the struggles we went through. She needs a clear path to education, a bright future." Day looked at Huyen with tender eyes, as if making a silent promise. "I believe Maya will succeed. She's strong, and we'll always be there to support her, to give her strength. We'll build a bright future for her and for our whole family." When they returned home, the sunset had begun to fall. The last rays of sunlight bathed the tiled roof and unfinished walls in a warm, golden glow. Huyen hurried to the kitchen, starting to prepare dinner. The sizzle of the pan and the rich aroma of braised fish filled the house. Maya came running in, her eyes wide with innocent excitement. "Maya, tonight Mommy has a surprise for you," Huyen said with a smile, bending down to hug her daughter. "We're going to celebrate together, for all the joys, for hope, and for the love our family shares." Maya's eyes widened, her face lighting up with joy. "Mommy, I promise I'll study hard. I won't let you and Uncle D down." Her childish words rang out like a firm vow, a promise that she would grow up strong, full of dreams and hope. Day and Huyen exchanged a glance, their eyes shining in unison. In that moment, they knew that no matter what the future held, they had enough. A complete home, unshakable faith, and a new journey beginning with love. Their story didn't stop at the joy of recovering the motorbike or the simple meal in their unfinished home. It was a testament to resilience, to faith in the future, and to the power of love. Life would surely bring more challenges, more surprises waiting ahead. But with hearts united, Huyen and Day would always walk together, hand in hand, never letting go. And dear friends, will this simple happiness endure? Or are new storms waiting on the horizon? Stay tuned to the story to discover what happens next. For the journey of Di, Huyen, and Maya still holds countless exciting and surprising moments ahead. Huyen and Di's journey continues, marked by hardship, sacrifice, and a fragile hope for reunion. After countless struggles, they long to rebuild a life of peace, dreaming of being together again with Adam and Tuvi. But destiny takes a sharp turn when the police deliver an unexpected call, one that could either bring long-awaited answers or open a new wave of uncertainty. Every step forward feels like walking on the edge between joy and sorrow, love and loss. Their courage is tested as hidden truths slowly surface, and the bonds that keep them alive are pushed to the limit. Just as they begin to feel the possibility of light at the end of the tunnel, another question arises. Is happiness within reach? Or is it only another trial waiting to break them?